Yeah. Yeah. Back for another episode of Nightcap Knowledge. It is Tuesday. You know what time it is. Time to put the kids to bed. Time to get a nightcap. Time to put something on your brain before we go to bed. Appreciate everybody for checking in with us. Nightcap Knowledge, episode 35 right here on Black with No Chaser. Mr. Mac, DJ George, Chuck checking in for one more time. Definitely glad to be here, and may the 4th be with you. All right, Miggity Mac. Yeah, May the 4th. It's Star Wars Day. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, man. You know, I had to do something for all the Star Wars fans out there. I appreciate everybody for checking in with us. As I mentioned earlier, this is Nightcap Knowledge. And of course, Mac is going to, tell you how real and how raw and how solution oriented that this show is. But we definitely got to give a shout out to our folks
with No Chaser
and appreciate them for all the things that they do in the community. Shout out to the Black Lunch Break. Black Lunch Break has some, they ended another season. They had 100 episodes, bro.
Man, they're killing it.
Killing it, man. 100 episodes. We're at 35 here. So we're happy to be here amongst you, amongst the people, amongst the folks that rock and roll with us every week. All the nightcappers, we appreciate you. Mac, what you got cracking, man? Well, I see you. You're in your usual element.
Yes, sir.
And I heard somebody over there, jingling a glass earlier. I don't know if that was you or if that was your significant other, your partner. What is the nightcap of the evening, sir?
Well, I don't know what she's. I think Jay is drinking, finishing up a margarita and something else.
Very nice. Very nice.
So what I have, I have the Terramana, which is the Rock Tequila, Dwayne Johnson, the Rock.
Okay.
So still minority owned, black owned, Samoan brother. It's funny that he's half black, half Samoan, and he came up with a tequila. It just got.
I ain't mad.
But guess what? It sold. It did great numbers. It's not a bad tequila. I'm not a big tequila fan, but it's not a bad tequila. But like I say now, we walking like we talking, we sing like we bring it. We believe in supporting black-owned, minority-owned businesses. So hey, even though we don't know this brother, we still support. I've tried it. It's pretty good. I like it. I'd probably take a shot tonight. Or if that's what I'm gonna drink that. And of course, I got my same stuff I got back here. I got a little bit of Uncle Nearest left. Still, I got McAllen. Still got the Elijah. Still got a little bit of the Ciroc left. I hadn't quite finished that. I haven't
got that Ciroc brandy.
It's pretty good.
The cask and crew with the ginger again this week. Yeah, I've been enjoying that. The cask and crew with ginger spice. Yeah. So shout out to Cask and Crew and shout out to the Rock. Man.
Shout out to anybody that's gonna give us some free alcohol. We can
pretty much.
My goodness, it is him. It is King Jaffe Jofar, the living legend himself. Larry the Legged Lincoln Obama is in the comments.
Hey man, look, Larry Leggett is out there. He said try the anejo since you drink cognac. That is a good point. The anejo tequilas, and I guess, this is kind of getting into the, all the beverage experience that we have, but the anejo is like a darker tequila. So I am sipping the Cask and Crew with the ginger spice. I'm doing it over ice. And actually this is I think this is one of my Jack Daniel glasses. Yeah. This is like a whiskey glass.
This is like one of the only nights that we're not drinking Jack Daniels, or I'm not drinking Jack Daniels. I usually have that Jack Apple.
Hey,
I like that apple.
Jack Apple, man. We getting ready to start pushing that Jack Apple a bit more. We did well with the honey and Jack Daniels over the years, but that apple, man, I'm gonna try to come up with some cool drinks and some mixed drinks for that Jack Apple.
Yeah, I got a couple of things I've used. Actually, Chuck, the phones have been ringing. The phones have been ringing about trying to get Yard Boy bartending crew back out. You know, we got a few gigs lined up.
Yeah,
and just got a call tonight. So, you know,
okay.
they trying to get us back out and be working on putting together some more teams and
hey, what's my boys? Hey man, they had what's the song? Young Bloods. They calling me to come back to the streets.
Right.
Yeah.
And hey, let's take it on back to A-Ball. What can I do? Yeah. What can I do? Get out the game. What can I do? Get out the game.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, we got some things. We got some big stuff coming up, and we got some smaller events. But either way, you know, the bartending is picking back up, and folks are going to be in need. Variety is good.
Yeah.
Variety is good. We would drink whatever you donate.
Hey, and look, and we'll give honest opinion.
We will experiment. As long as it's not vodka, I will experiment for you. As long as it's not vodka,
I can make a good drink out of vodka. Yeah.
We see what I'm talking about right there.
Yeah. And then look, while we're talking through things that we got coming up, Mac, I want to go ahead and get into some of these announcements. Want to give a shout out to the support group, Space for Black and Brown Women. First and third Thursday, 6 p.m. Central, free virtual event. And as you can see, this Cassandra James Weathersby, therapeutic counseling. That's BachTCS.com. So Black women do heal, brown women do heal. You know, women should heal. We all should heal. Everybody deserves a chance to heal themselves. Also, we've got the Stand Up and Speak Out rally for peace. Palm Bridges Park at the Pavilion. That's Thursday, May 6th, 2021. So that's 2 days from now, 5:30 to 7 p.m. Featuring families or survivors of violence in Jackson. So Stand Up and Speak Out rally for peace, trying to get some peaceful demonstrations rolling in the capital city. But as always, we want to make sure that we're moving Mississippi forward. All gas. What you say, Mr. Mack?
All gas, no brakes.
All gas, no break, man. And that's what we're talking about. And in that same vein, we got voter registration drive-through. This is happening in Laurel. That's the
you didn't pronounce that correct, Chuck.
Laurel.
Oh,
okay. All right.
Yeah, that's it.
Like Mall Point.
Boy.
Yeah. Hey man, look. I guess I had my DJ voice on. I ain't say Laurel. I said Laurel. Yeah.
Hey, somebody will cuss us out in a minute in the comments. I'm just waiting for it.
It's all good, man. It's all good. And today is May the 4th, Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. I have become a fan of The Mandalorian and Grogu, although, you know, I've watched my fair share of Star Wars over the years. Matt, what about you, man? I mean, I think we've watched some Star Wars stuff. Maybe no?
I'm out. Star Wars is okay for me. You know, you never believe, if you try to talk about science fiction, guess what one of my favorites is?
What? Star Trek?
Star Trek.
Yeah.
I'm a Star Trek. You know, I would say a Trekkie. And, you know, I'm talking about all the way back from Captain Kirk all the way up. Yeah. And Captain Kirk is still out here, man. You know, he is still out here like 90 years old.
We're doing credit card commercials. Ain't it right?
He doing everything. He's like 90 years old.
William Shatner.
Yeah.
William Shatner, man. Yeah. Shout out to everybody in the comments. Oh yeah. Larry said
Larry's on it. Larry's drinking Jack tonight. He is on it.
Hey, man, shout out to Larry the Legend Leggett. And look, man, shout out to, I want to do this. Look, hey, all of our folks out there that are coaching youth sports. Mac knows that I coach my son's team. Anybody that's out there coaching youth sports, man, shout out to you. Shout out to the folks that take time, you know, out of their schedule to do stuff for their community. You know, we're highlighting folks that are doing these community events in addition to, you know, Mississippi Move stuff. But, you know, youth sports a lot of times, you know, gets overlooked. So I know that Larry has been coaching for a number of years. You know, now I'm in a coaching position. And I just want to take the time to shout out all the youth coaches out there. So if you got it's Teachers Appreciation Week. Right. But sometimes youth sports coaches don't get lumped into that teachers appreciation because Youth sports teaches leadership. Youth sports teaches, camaraderie, sportsmanship. And sometimes those out of the classroom lessons transfer over into the classroom too. So that was just on my mind. I wanted to do that, man. So now, Mac.
Yes, sir.
I know I want to save 3 of these things for last. Now, this next one, we got the 6th annual Mississippi Black Business Expo, the People's Marketplace, which is brought to you by Mississippi Black Pages and the City of Jackson, featuring business workshops, food court, and the family fun zone. That's happening all August 21st, 2021, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. at the Jackson Convention Complex, downtown Jackson, Mississippi. So make sure you're going over to Mississippi Black Pages to find out more information about the 6th annual Mississippi Black Business Expo, the People's Marketplace. Now, Memorial Day coming up, Mac.
Yes, sir.
And I know you got a lot of stuff going on for Memorial Day. Well, you're involved in a lot for Memorial Day.
Right.
It's your boy Stephen James. He got aren't you doing something with him? Did you send me that? I just remember.
No, I don't have Stephen James do it every year. He does the old school party with a purpose.
Yeah,
and he got a lineup this year. He got a really nice lineup, and it's going to be at the Trademark Center. You can just actually probably pull it. Matter of fact, I have the flyer, more information about it for the next. Nightcap.
Throw it up on the Nightcap page, man. Stephen James, he does good business with us, man. He supports us. So
yeah. So we rolling, man. Reminding everybody that this show is black and uncensored. Real talk, real issues, real solutions. So
come on.
We're gonna say a lot of shit, and so just be prepared for it. And hey, we really don't care if you like it or not.
Now, check this out. I know that you've got one event coming up this weekend, and that is actually loading up right now. It's Heal the Soul.
Yeah.
And this is happening in Lexington, Mississippi. All our folks in Lexington, Mississippi, we need y'all to show up and show out. We've got May 8th. So this is like a pre-Mother's Day concert and day party.
Yeah, and one of the main purposes, we've done several here in Jackson area, and we try to spread it out. We started doing a voter registration party every month, beginning of this year. But this is the last weekend to register to vote before the June 6th election, the general election. So I know I will be in Lexington this Saturday. Sabir will be in Laurel this Saturday. I think Chuck, I know you did the event last Friday.
Yeah, man.
And you'll be back out this weekend. So listen, comment on out. We got to start. We got a great group. We got Bridget Shields. We got Ashley B. We have Assistant Danita Webster. We have Norvell Elkels, and we also have Dave Mack. Downtown Sam Brown is hosting. We got supported by and sponsored by Shield Corvette Club of Mississippi. So we're telling folks to come out. We're going to have different things to give folks. They actually come out and register to vote and leave contact information because I understand elections have consequences. Leadership matters. And if you don't believe it, if these last 2 years have not helped you understand that my freedom, my vote, and people are definitely threatened by our vote and how it relates to our freedom. And they have even worked on trying to eliminate some of our freedom because we did come out and vote in heavy numbers last year. If you've seen them rolling back different, matter of fact, the garbage that they pushed in Georgia, trying to suppress the vote even more after they already closed so many voting precincts. So come out, support a good cause, have a good time, but also make sure that you register to vote where you live, and you get out and go vote. You have to do that because if it did not matter, the same way I talk about why the white folks trying to take Jackson, you ain't never seen nobody fight for nothing that wasn't worth anything. So if our vote did not matter, why are they working so hard to prevent us from going out to vote and then vote in large numbers and being an educated vote?
Hey man, you said every last bit of it. So in the words of me, get your ass up and vote. So now, look, Memorial Day, I mentioned it. Mm-hmm. It's the return of Mississippi Greek weekend, man.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, we had to get back out there with things that we're gonna, of course, do it where we can be safe, right? We want to make sure that we get everything in order. But we've got two very, very nice venues that we've had relationships with since we got down here. So the first one is one of my favorite spots, and I'm throwing it up here. We just running updates tonight. Shoot Your Shot Saturday, the Press Box Daiquiri Lounge, Black-owned business in downtown Gulfport. Absolutely outstanding daiquiris. They even do mystery flavors. Even if you want to get a gallon, you can pick up a gallon to go. You know, you can take it back to the house and serve it up, or you can sit on the patio and chill. So we're going to be doing a free event. This is a free event. Of course, we want to make sure that everybody's registered to vote, right? So if you sign up online and RSVP for a complimentary shot, when you get there, we'll make sure that you get that. And then for everybody that is a registered voter and signs a pledge card, we're gonna hook you up with something else too.
Yeah, because the election is that coming right after Memorial Day. Is that
right after
6th? Right after that.
Now, what are these funny looking bottles that you have on this flyer?
Man, you mentioned the Jack Apple earlier, man. So
yes, Jack Apple. I wonder who has any type of connection with that bottle. That bottle is,
And then also the Cooper's Craft. All of those are distributed by Brown Forman, United Johnson Brothers of Mississippi. So we'll be doing some really cool cocktails with the Jack Apple, the Cooper's Craft. And then not to limit it just to those two, with the Sunset Social, Cooper's Craft, Jack Daniels, Herradura, Corbel. I love that sweet rosé, Corbel champagne. The Sunset Social is the return of that as well. Elaine's Bar and Lounge, Gulfport, Mississippi. We'll be doing a sip and sing with Tanya Boyd Cannon, the DJ Nasty Show, and myself will be curating the groove. And I have a whole list of cocktails that we've crafted or developed and mixed up to get everybody ready and to have them oiled up and all of the gears ready to roll for sip and sing by the end of the night with Tanya Boyd Cannon. So we're gonna do Black with No Chase of Spades on the patio. We want you to bring your lawn chair because we got a courtyard.
Wait. Are you doing the spades before the sip and sing or after?
We're doing spades before. Sip and sing is gonna cap the night off.
Okay. I'm just thinking.
What you think?
Yeah.
I don't think you need to do the spades. Have too many. You need to do spades early, and then we're gonna do culture tags and jumbo jenga and all of that stuff.
Right.
And then, sip and sing. Everybody, we're gonna have the music where it's all of the songs that the chorus to, but then we're gonna put somebody on the spot to where they gotta sing the actual verse. What you think?
It sounds great. It sounds like a lot of the folks are gonna be making an ass at themselves and having a good time.
Hey man, look, good time is all it's about. Good time is all it's about.
Look, when you said spades, I like spades before the sip and sing. I like yeah. And shots before spades. Okay.
No. Man, of course, we might, give out a few shots. But look, we want to shout out to Eddie Wright in the comments. Eddie Wright, he has achieved something great. He is, I think, over 1,000 subscribers, and he's able to monetize his YouTube. So all of our nightcappers out there tonight, make sure y'all going over to Eddie Wright Barbecue on YouTube and follow him, subscribe, and of course, buy some barbecue. Buy some got that blasted barbecue. Get you some of that smoke. What do you got there? That smoke rotel?
He got a TikTok casserole or something else.
Yeah, man. Look, that boy smoking everything, not in a good way. Not in the bad.
Yeah. Look, he been now competing. I know he had a competition this past weekend. And Eddie, how the competition go?
See
if he tells us what happened. How the competition. I know he was preparing for that. So he's definitely been out there working. And he's getting geared up. I see a party right here. I see Eddie Wright and I see Larry Leggett. So I see the making of a real nice party outdoor event where we got the barbecue, we got the jack tent.
Oh, sounds like Mississippi Greek weekend.
Sounds like Mississippi Greek weekend. Yeah, sounds like a good time. Sounds like a good time. Look, that's a on the road party.
Yeah. May the 4th be with you, Jew. Hey man, I absolutely love it. Oh yeah, I gotta load this up right quick. So Mac, You got a mental health minute for the day? I know we went through our announcements, but let's make sure we get us a good old mental health minute. I like those.
All right, so I went back to several different ones we talked about last week, but it's just a few that always stick out, and I always talk about faith without works, and I keep saying that because we have to put the work in. We see a lot of things that are happening in our society, and everybody keep asking and waiting for someone to do something. And then you see people say, "Just pray about it." But I'm just trying to figure out, we have to put the work in. We have to figure out ways to heal ourselves and heal our people. And we have to pray for strength, pray for ideas, pray for knowledge, wisdom, contacts, resources, whatever we can do to come up with a solution for the problem. And a lot of times we ask the Lord to remove the problem versus asking the Lord to give us strength to make it through the problem. Because once you have the strength to make it through, you'll be able to help someone else. So I'm always going to talk about faith without works. Because we have a lot of folks, when you talk about what does that do, we have a lot of folks that are suffering from different things, from stress, anxiety, depression, and things that manifest into larger, deeper diagnosis. And we're trying to get folks to be prepared and be solution oriented to start addressing things before they get bad. So if I would take, what would you mean for mental health? I said, for mental health, if you relate it to a car, is when you start having a little squeaky sound on your car versus you addressing the squeaky sound now. You wait till you start hearing more of a roaring sound or a rumbling sound. So you just could have replaced maybe a brake pad. Now you got a whole brake system, caliber, everything you got to replace because you did not address it. So stress manifests, pressure busts a pipe, as we always say.
Right.
So things get worse if we do not address it and come up with some real live, realistic solutions to those problems. So one of the things we address a lot of time when we move is the social disparities in the African American community, and how can we come up with one hands-on direct solutions, but what can we do systematically to change what causes the problem, and then how can we address it in a better way. So those are the things we work on, from the simple stuff that we did this past weekend to the larger stuff we work on with folks to try to create policy and a different systematic change. So we just tell folks faith without work is dead.
I lost Chuck.
Oh, sorry about that. I say it reminds me the last time that you talked about, faith without works is dead. It made me think about the story of the man in a boat, and it may not have even been in the book. I think the story goes where
I know what you're talking about.
The guy he treading water, right? He treading.
It's different versions of that story.
It's different versions, right?
Yeah.
So you treading water, and then a guy comes by in a boat, and you say, "Hey man, you need some help?" Yeah. And he's like, "Oh, I'm waiting on the Lord. I'm waiting on the Lord." But you out there, you drowning. So you're like, "Lord gonna save me. Lord gonna save me." And then another guy come on by.
Yeah.
You got all this faith.
Yeah.
But the only thing you really had to do was just reach out, take that man's hand, get in the boat, and then you could have been, back moving in the direction that you was originally headed in. But you out there about to drown because you saying you waiting on the Lord. Well, I come by, ladies and gentlemen, to tell you, even though we drink this whiskey and we talk this shit, at the end of the day, if you ain't in motion, that means that your faith ain't got no action. So you don't talk about it, you got to be about it, you got to be in motion.
I heard that right before graduating from high school, and it said it was an old man in a neighborhood, and the neighborhood was flooded. And I could identify with that because that happened to my neighborhood. It actually flooded. Yeah. And it said the man was on the porch, and they came and said, "Oh man, you got to get in this boat." The neighborhood flooded and said, "No, the Lord's going to take care of me." They came back the second time. He was on the second floor, and they said, "Come on, old man, you got to get out of here. The water's rising." He said, "No, the Lord is going to take care of me." They came back and said, "Old man, we can't come back no more." He was on the roof.
Yeah.
And he said, "No, the Lord's going to take care of me." And the boat left. And the old man drowned. He got to heaven, and he got to the gates, and he threw his hands up. He said, Lord, I've always served you. Why did you forsake me?" And the Lord turned around and said, "I sent you that boat three times.
3 times.
I sent you that boat 3 times."
And so sometimes you got to be able to recognize, that God ain't finna be showing up in no limousine with no blue lights surrounded and all of that. No. Sometimes he just gonna roll up, in a t-shirt and some jeans. Hey man, look, we came to get you.
Listen, I put a comment on Facebook last Saturday when we got ready to get out, partnered with several different folks, but we originally partnered with the Salvation Army.
Yeah.
And we went out to feed the homeless in Smith Park at 7:30 and the homeless in Pittman Park at 9 o'clock. And I said, I remember this song growing up. How would I know him when I see him from any other Maine? And
I heard you say Maine too.
Yeah, because the elder deacon of the church used to lead that song. And I always talk about that when we talk about our folks that we consider to be most downtrodden, low income, those who are homeless. And I said, for everybody that's dressed up and pretty, I said, who do you think you will run into? Talking about a carpenter. You're talking about someone that did not have money.
Yeah.
So what did you think you were gonna run into him in? And you, so you know, it goes back again to you never know who you're talking to or who was you talking to. And when you're working with folks, but so you treat everybody that draw breath with a certain level of respect and dignity. You know, and until that person give you a reason not to treat them with a certain level of respect, that's different. But that's what you do. But we see people too much go again living by sight. They treat people based on their appearance and oppression and titles and position versus treating them just like anybody else just because they are a person. That's it. You know, so you know those are things. You know, it's a reverse. You know, and you know, like I say, that's why we do this, because we talk about some real stuff that folks might want to try to dress up and try to look around. You know, but you got to address the real issues. And one of the things we're going to talk about tonight is, and I want to talk about the 5 P's and one of the frats from Beta Row.
Most pain.
He is an expert at them 5 P's. He's a teacher, and you just see when he talks to them young guys about them 5 P's.
Yeah.
And it talks about that proper planning prevents piss poor, performance. So you talk about those P's. You talk about those P's, man, and you know that's what we got to understand about preparation and being ready, especially for something that happens on a regular basis. You know, you got you know there's no reason. There's a pothole in front of my house, and I watch people that come through driving extremely fast, and knowing the pothole hadn't changed. Instead of you slowing your ass down, you get mad to my man, they need to fix that damn pothole. How about you slow down until the pothole get fixed? Even when the pothole does get fixed, how about you slow down? Because this is a residential area. But we rather for something else to change than for us to do what we need to do to make it through that time frame.
Yeah, look, man. I remember them doggone 5 P's. We had 5 P's. We had 12 P's. We had a whole bunch of P's, but and for the record, FBI, Facebook, and everybody else, we ain't talking about pills or anything. We talk about the piss poor performance promotes pain, or proper planning prevents piss poor performance.
Right.
Yeah. All of those, like, man, it was 8 P's with 5 P's, 12 P's. It was a whole lot of P's. At the end of the day, I know some people out there that definitely learned the 5 P's, and the essence of the 5 P's doesn't change, right? You know, I don't care where you come from or what organization
they're like excuses,
right? It might be a couple of different semantics, where the this is reverse and this is before this and this is after this, but at the end of the day, excuses are monuments of nothingness. They build bridges that lead you to nowhere. Those who use these tools of incompetence are masters of nothingness. Yes. And in that same mindset, or we can't make excuses when a hurricane comes up, right? You're like, where your generator, where your water, where your gas, where do you have an extra tarp around the house, where your flashlights, where your batteries, where your canned goods, all of those things. And Mac, tell me where you want folks to be able to go and where they always have this information ready and available.
Ready.gov has information. FEMA, if you go to FEMA website, FEMA has a lot of information, and we just had a town hall here in the city of Jackson, and Congressman Thompson was here presenting, and he's over Homeland Security, and FEMA falls the Homeland Security. But there's a lot of sites out there that you can go to get. You can go to Amazon and just look at emergency packs and Google emergency pack. And what I'm saying again, when we talk about our financial literacy workshops and stuff that we do, is about prioritizing and budgeting for the things that you need. It's just like having insurance on your vehicle or your house. You pray that you never need it, but if you need it, you want to make sure that you got the right coverage for what you need. And this is the same thing, simple stuff. And I've seen too many times when people be mad at the rain, and they had talked about forecasting rain for 4 days, and out of 4 days, it never dawns on people to get a raincoat, get an umbrella, and then some folks, they don't know. So some people just want to make sure that we want to provide some information for us to do some better planning. And that's why I said it's a simple thing. It's not the end all cure all, but it's some simple stuff. And I think I emailed it to you, Chuck. Can you pull that up, or you need me to put it back up?
Oh, let's see.
I emailed you. If you're not, I can just read it off.
The announcement. I can read that off. Or you are you saying you want me to try to put it on the screen?
Oh, you can just. Well, I can go and find it. Let me see if I can find it.
Hold on. And then what I can do, I can create a graphic for that as you hear. I think one of the most prepared groups of people in cinematic history were the Jedi. And
the Jedi had everything.
They had everything, man.
They had everything. So here's the simple things right here. Don't know who's still out there with us right now, but so simple things you can do that we recommend to prepare for emergency situations. And one of them will be downloading a weather app or follow on social media. So regardless of where you are, WAPT, WJTV, LBT, if like in the city of Jackson, sign up for Code Red. So when an emergency situation happens, your phone goes off, but you can follow those apps. Take time, especially if you're doing stuff like we do, moves and shakers outside and doing different things. Pay attention to the weather. Look at the 7-day forecast. Not saying that it won't change, but still know how to prepare yourself. Gas up vehicles. There's a story that we tell all the time. 2005, when Hurricane Katrina hit, right before the hurricane hit, 2 country boys, one from Mississippi, one from Alabama, we said, we're going to go fill our trucks up. And we filled our trucks up, topped off, and we were one of a few people that still had enough gas at the time. But we actually was able to go to the coast and volunteer and to until we can get more gas. But it was a shortage of gas. It was a storm that nobody think that was going to do as bad as it, as much damage as it did. And if you did not have gas at the time, it was hard to get gas. You had folks that were shut down, couldn't get tankers in. It was a mess. Purchase flashlights or get batteries for the flashlights that you have. You should have multiple flashlights. It should not be the situation where you say, get the flashlight. You should have multiple flashlights. Flashlights are very inexpensive. You go to Lowe's or anywhere like that, you can walk up on them at the register. You can go to Amazon and order some flashlights. Always keep 1 case of water. Never run out. The city of Jackson, we just had a boil water notice after the last, last week? Had a fire at one of the water treatment plants, and water was off in certain places. So don't never run out of water. And so when you get down to the last case, make sure you go get more water from the store. Don't let the last case leave, because you never know, you might need drinking water. Another thing on the water note, and we talked about 5-gallon bucket or 55-gallon barrel. Catch you some rainwater. If one of my frats say put a little cup of bleach or a little cap of bleach in it to make sure nothing settles in it. But have some flushable water, or catch it in case storms get bad, because you never know what might happen. So you want to keep some water on hand for flushable water. We saw that with the ice storm, where we were actually transporting flushable water around so people could flush their toilets. When I tell you it was a mess, literally. That people did not have water to flush their toilets. They still had to go, but they had no way of flushing their toilets. So I would say next thing would be check your windshield wipers. Oh man, I've been in that situation. There's nothing worse than getting middle of the storm and the wipers either worn out or the wipers don't work. I've had my wipers go out on me on the Ram. I'm talking about in the middle of the rainstorm. It went back and forth and then they just stopped. No wipers. So you want to make sure all that stuff is working properly. Keep charcoal, wood, or propane for your grill. You never know when you might have to fire it up and be able to to be able to fix a simple meal just to get by. Budget for a generator. Generators are not that expensive. If you just start saving, it goes back to the financial health, financial literacy. Save for a generator. It's a necessity. These things are not luxuries right now. We're talking about necessities. Something that, with us taking care of my uncle that has breathing treatments, 4 breathing treatments a day, we have to have a generator. It's a necessity. I'm telling you, a generator, you can find one for $200, $300, $400. But if you wait until the storm hit, and then you try to go get a generator, only thing that's going to be left is that $1,000 generator that nobody wanted to pay for. So, so get a generator, put money aside, save it, budget, prioritize for it. The next thing will be some other things we talk about. In Mississippi, everyone needs umbrellas, raincoats, boots, and a personal survival plan for your individual needs based on your needs, health needs,
you and your family.
Your family, what keeps your family going, keeps your family safe. Where there's an exit plan, depending on where you live at, you might need a evacuation plan, but you need to have, and then depending on health needs, you might need stuff there. So, we're just asking folks, let's be prepared. This is Mississippi. Weather changes as soon as people change their mind. We've already been hit with a lot of stuff, and it's just not May. We don't know what's the tail. We haven't even got into what is hurricane season.
And I read a tip or something the other day, and you talk about season.
Mm-hmm.
So in terms of the history of hurricanes, and me being from Mobile, I have to pay attention to this stuff. And now, living on the Mississippi coast, in the history of hurricanes, there's only been 1 month where there has not been a hurricane logged. So at the end of the day, at any particular time, I understand that, they're saying that things, kind of function between, June and September.
Mm-hmm.
But at any given time, man, something like that may change. So it goes to the 5 Ps. If you plan properly, then you don't have to worry about, performing poorly when it comes time for an emergency. So if you see the screen that we got up here, this information is coming from ready.gov/plan, and you can go there and that can guide you, give you something to reflect on. And then we'll also get a graphic up on Mississippi Moves Facebook page, and we'll share that from the Nightcap page as well about the simple things that you can do. But the plan that we have here on the screen is something that it is a bit more evolved and involved, meaning that you've got all of the things that you need to consider, right now, what to do, because of the pandemic. Do you have an emergency preparedness kit? What's the communications plan? In the event that something happens at the front of the house, how do you evacuate your house? Do you go out the back? Is there a side window? What are those plans? So all the things that that even with kids as young as I have, we need to have those conversations about, hey, in the middle of the night, if you hear something, of course the first thing that they're gonna do is run to mom and daddy's room. But then if they can't find us, or if they can't get to us, then what do? We need to have those conversations.
My great uncle Jesse was talking about. He said he remember when, and he always said us mama used to have us get up and put our clothes on. And he's 85 years old. Actually, Uncle Jesse's birthday will be this Friday. He'd be 86. But I was raised like that by them. So when it was a really bad storm growing up, we had a big oak tree in the front yard. And I learned about sleeping ready to roll. So you never know what's going to happen when a big storm hit. Especially, we were 7 miles from town. At some point, and when I was younger, we didn't even have a phone. So you had to be ready, because it's not like you could call somebody, and we didn't have a car. So actually now when we have bad storms, like I stay up, I sit up. I don't get into bed when it's a bad storm. I sit up because you never know what's going to happen. Someone has to be prepared to roll. And I'm not going to sleep really anyway, unless I'm already asleep and the storm happening. But I don't go to sleep when there's a real bad storm, especially when you got folks in the house that that you're responsible for. So even today, Jay and Fred was in the hallway. I was in the living room. I was trying to listen to the weather radio, and then the transformer went out. And I couldn't even listen to my weather radio because I have a weather radio. So I just kept monitoring the back and the front because we got trees in both areas. And the hallway was probably, about the safest place. It's right at the peak,
Right. Strongest point. Yeah.
But we've seen so many houses on the news in Jackson where trees went through the roof.
Yeah.
That's why one guy that showed on the news, he had just pulled up to his house. And as soon as he got out of his truck going in the house, the tree fell on his truck.
My goodness.
On the truck in the house. So yeah, it's been a lot of damage, and I told Jay, I said, this just means I need to stock up with more and more stuff. We need to be ready because storms, because what we're happening, because somebody said there's no such thing as global warming. And when we had this Arctic blast, and now we are experiencing real problems with global warming, and we got things that are happening, and we're going to have more and more problems with storms and ice caps melting. The dumbest ass in captivity has the biggest platform, and everybody listen to him. So and people are like, oh yeah, the Chinese made it up, so we're gonna listen to them. Like, yeah, they made it up. There's not a real ice cap in Antarctica that's melting and water going every goddamn where. That's not real. They made that up too. And folks want to believe it, but the thing about it, some of the sad thing about it is some of the people that believe it are in our government, and they are the ones that pull the trigger and say, hey, this is a disaster area. Hey, we need disaster preparedness. Hey, we're going to call this what it is so folks can be educated. They're not doing that.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to be the ones to do that for ourselves.
Yeah, man. We got to be ready. If we stay ready, we ain't got to get ready, man.
And then also they said, be ye ready.
Be ye ready. Yeah. Mm-hmm. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. Thanks everybody for tuning in to Nightcap Knowledge. Hope you've had a chance to get your nightcap, get your kids in bed. If you ain't got no kids, then you can stay up all night. I don't know. I won't be doing that.
Chuck ass went to sleep at 9:30, 10 o'clock as a freshman.
I plan on getting back into the practice of that. So man, I really I gotta do better about
We're now responsibility to keep you up because you be up working when everybody else go to sleep.
Yes. So but definitely want to say thanks to everybody that tunes in, week in, week out to converse and collaborate with us on Nightcap Knowledge. And
laughing at you.
Hey man, I have no problems. I'm gonna have me the rest of my beverage. I'm gonna drink me some water, I'm gonna brush my teeth, and I'm laying it down. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about you, but
yeah.
That sounds like a plan to me.
Hey, I think especially when you do a lot, I think getting that rest is not even a luxury; it's a must. And
I hit the weather out there too, so I'm finna.
What's going on? It's rumbling out there.
Oh, it ain't rumbling. The rain is just is picking up.
Yeah. You got to be ready. We're talking about it. We got to be about it. So Mississippi Movies going to be working on several things for this summer. We're going to be getting together some kits. We're going to be working to collaborate to do some training, and definitely preparing folks so we can be ready, man. You got to be ready. We talk about certain things we don't have. Even just about proper stuff to have in your vehicle, like jumper cables and 4-way lug wrench and stuff like that where you're prepared. And I got a toolbox on the back of my truck, and I'm trying to stock it up with about everything I think I might need. And I got 2 chainsaws I need to go get serviced. I got to take them down the street. Actually, a guy on Highway 80 that works on them. So I can keep them ready because I see it every time a storm hit. There's always a tree blocking a street or a road.
Yep.
And you never know when you're going to need run up on one of those areas, man. So, because sometimes the more we do this work and the more that we work in trying to help with disaster relief, the more that we're going to be in a position to actually hit the streets going to help others, especially if we are okay and our family's okay. We'll be hitting the streets going to help other people. And we need everything that we can get our hands on. So
if you got tools to do the work, shout out to Max Cap. Larry got the jokes tonight, buddy. But if you got the tools to help, and especially if you've been able to prepare and be ye ready, because you stayed ready, you didn't have to get ready. Then you might be able to go and help somebody along the way. So,
boy, look at the noob's wide open. The noob's wide open.
Hey man, it's the Tuesday.
Somebody play Show Enough. Play Show Enough. Watch the shoulder start moving.
I am not going to play any music.
Shine your knees.
Look, I'm gonna play I'm gonna play some outro music because it is May the 4th, and we're gonna get ready to get out of here. This is royalty free for the record. This is Star Wars like.
You better tell Facebook because they better came at your ass. May the 4th be with you.
Hey man, look, it's a real thing. It's the Star Wars Day.
I know, man. I know. Hey, look, if you have not seen it, go check out the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. You have to check that out. The last episode, man. Listen,
that
last episode, I'm talking about relevance and truth. I see it in so many different shows. Go check it out.
Let's see. Can we? Yeah, we'll be here next week.
Yeah,
we might want to get that clip and talk about that next week.
And the relevance to how disproportion when you start talking about anything that happens with black and white is in America. It's and we're not talking about the reality that happens all over social media, but it's just letting you know that it is a real difference. And we saw that with certain actors that everybody like, oh, he just is such a great actor, until you want to cast them in strong, powerful roles that we always given to white males, and that was Superman and James Bond. And you don't want to, when you start looking at a dark-skinned black man playing those roles. Now they got this other young cat. They looking at him out playing James Bond, but look at this. Even talking about then, he's light skinned. No shade, Larry. But he's light skinned. So you didn't get the darker hue, brother. To play the position. Play the role.
Well, colorism is a real thing, but also it's like, is colorism as big as an issue, or are we casting like the I guess the magnanimity of a particular issue? Like at the end of the day, I'd rather deal with colorism amongst me and my folk than deal with the racist systems or the racist policies within systems and all of that.
But,
you know what I'm saying?
But colorism derives from racism. It derives because that person that's closer to the hue of those who consider themselves be in power, and that's so it's a psychological issue. And so when people don't understand, like, why do you choose and say that this person looks better just because they are lighter complexion versus Larry, none taken. So it's a real thing.
Well, we got a show for next week. That's what it sounds like.
It's a real thing, and folks talk about it for years, and of course we pick on Larry. Larry say you are racist. That's what he be telling me.
I would like to get. Let's see if we can get the Larry, and maybe I know Silas is preparing for a number of things.
You're trying to get different perspectives.
Different perspectives, but also get the camp together. We
can get camp together, but I would say we can find brothers or sisters from one extreme to the other. We can find somebody that's the color of 10W30 to the same person to somebody that's the color of a sheet of paper. You know what I'm saying? That all falls under the umbrella of being African Americans, and they could talk about the difference in how they were treated.
Eddie said Eddie's volunteering. I'm with it.
Yeah, because it's a real thing. It's a guy that's part of Strong Arms Jackson. He didn't talk about size difference. He's talking about with him being like 6'5", 6'6". He said, when he went inside, he got another friend that was a little shorter than me. He said he got into like 3 fights while he was inside. He said, but because of his size, he got into like 20 because everybody wanted to try the big guy. So so the other guy was fighting because folks were picking on him, but everybody went after him because he was the larger.
Hey, just for the record, Mac,
I'm dark skinned. See, look at my arm. Being out in the sun.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that's gonna be all we got for Nightcap Knowledge today. Tune in every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Like, Mac, I have no idea what you talk about, bro.
Hey, I tell Jay that all the time. I said, I'm dark skinned. I said, be quiet, Jay. And then she looked like, yeah. Because Jay pick on her grandma all the time, and calling her grandma a white lady. And her grandma told her one day, she said, you barely brown.
that sounds like a
yeah.
like ultimate insult that you can say, oh baby, you barely brown, get out of here.
Like, hey, you see this arm? This is the arm from being out in the hot sun.
Okay, all right, well, look, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Yeah,
we're gonna reach out to you. We're gonna get you in on that conversation, and then I think we'll use that the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the clip where he's addressing the elected officials as like our framework for next week.
That's a real good point, because what he's saying is relevant, and it's like he's speaking to the real live political. She's talking about that's dirt.
Hey, man.
Hater.
Hey. But look, I'm not finna get in the middle of all of this. I appreciate this back and forth and this banter, and I really appreciate Larry for tuning in via Twitch. Twitch. But Jay just came out of nowhere.
She with the shits. Hey, we start out early in the morning with the shits. It is never a dull moment. It's always some type of foolishness. And and her folks are off the chain, bro. Her daddy's birthday was yesterday, and her daddy be with the shits. He be with the shits.
Well, look, man, it is what it is, as always.
Tomorrow night.
Wait.
Trying to get to where the money resides, people. And if you want to hang out and roll with us and where the money resides, we're going to be doing a little something. It's everything you don't know about money, the Cinco de Mayo edition. Let me see if I can get that link out there in the comments. Yeah, but look, hey man, it is what it is. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Everything you don't know about money, we're doing another one tomorrow. We'll see y'all soon. It's Nightcap Knowledge right here on Black with No Chaser.
Black with No Chaser.
Tune in every Tuesday at 9 p.m. for Nightcap Knowledge. Put the children to bed, get your adult beverage, and get ready. Nightcap Knowledge is rated Black and Uncensored and hosted by longtime community organizer and entertainment professionals, Mr. Mac and DJ George Chuck. Real talk, real issues, real solutions. Nightcap Knowledge on Facebook, IG, and Twitter. Tune in and share.
All right, man. We'll see y'all next week. Peace. Heal the soul this Saturday, Lexington, Mississippi. Get your tickets.
See y'all.